Morning, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Let's check this one out. Why U.S. immigration to Europe has increased in the Trump era. Well, there's a lot of reasons for this. I think Trump ultimately is a symptom. Like, Trump became kind of the vanguard and the public face of just the absolute volatility, polarization of the U.S. But I think all of those issues have been bubbling, that, you know, conservatism versus progressivism, how that chasm has become so wide that it's just crazy. I don't know where the U.S. goes from there. But Trump has certainly unleashed a certain level of vitriol that we haven't really seen before, and his heavy-handedness and the way that he operates as a quote-unquote politician is, I don't know. All right, let's check this out.
Los Angeles, June 2025. It's scenes like this one that shook Susie Hamilton and her husband Chaz to their core. In response to protests against the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, President Trump deployed the National Guard to California, inflaming tensions even further with false statements.
What you're witnessing in California is a full-blown assault on peace, on public order, and on national sovereignty carried out by rioters bearing foreign flags with the aim of continuing a foreign invasion of our country. We're not going to let that happen.
It's really heavy.
Foreign invasion. That's the way he frames it, and his rhetoric is always very anti-immigration. It has been since he started, right? That was one of his very first campaign speeches. Like, they're not sending us their best. They're sending in, if you remember the speech, you know kind of what he went into. Those protests obviously are horrible. I think protests and peaceful protests are so important. And a lot of the times they can turn into volatile situations, whether that's just human nature or bad actors being mixed in with the crowd. I don't know. We saw clips of reporters, even an Australian reporter was shot with a rubber bullet. There was a lot of poor decisions made, I think, the way that it was handled. Obviously, I don't support rioting or looting, property damage, throwing rocks at police, unprovoked. But a lot of the times a riot or these types of events are, again, sociologically, a riot is the language of the people, right? Language of the unheard.
Yeah, my heart to see that, because it's hard to see that this is in my country.
The Hamiltons left the U.S. a few months ago. Originally from upstate New York, they decided to fulfill their long-time dream of moving abroad. Now they live in Spain's capital city, Madrid. This had been their retirement plan for a while. But fears of social unrest during Trump's second term pushed them to speed things up. These concerns were exacerbated after the assassination attempt on the president's life. For the Hamiltons, it was a sign of further potential violence that could impact the country.
The push was the assassination attempt and the fretting about, even if Kamala had won the election, they weren't going to accept it. So, and I know that everyone, pretty much everyone in the United States has a gun. We don't have a gun.
So it sounds like he was really worried about, like, January 6th. What happened when they stormed the Capitol, that being more of a countrywide event if Trump had lost.
No way to protect ourselves except get out of the country. So
the couple are worried about the deepening division between conservatives and progressives. As former teachers, they had already witnessed this firsthand during Trump's first term.
He unleashed this ugliness in America, and
but it was always there, though. That's the thing.
Even into classroom conversations, and there was a more aggressive stance, I felt, and so I thought, oh, it's going to be this way again.
The number of U.S. citizens immigrating to Spain is on the rise. The country's political stability, social peace, and tolerance toward minorities appeal to many of them. Courtney Schuyler and her wife Cheryl Wolf are moving from Tampa, Florida to Madrid.
Hello, can somebody hear me?
We spoke to them before they left the U.S. The queer couple no longer feels safe there.
Good morning, how are you?
It's really very much about being drawn to a country that is normalizing LGBTQIA life. And it's a fabric of society, and us wanting to be a piece of that.
Planning the move was a lengthy process. They sought help on the internet. Real estate agent Pablo Jurado specializes in advising U.S. Americans who want to move abroad, helping them to secure.
I definitely hope that we get to a point where people don't have to, she doesn't have to say like, oh, it's more of a normal part of life. Hopefully nobody even notices. It becomes an obsolete conversation and everybody's just like, it's just crazy, the intolerance of some people.
Real estate and visas. Pablo Jurado also helped the Hamiltons search for an apartment and bring their dog with them. Business is booming.
1 year ago, let's say the percentage of US citizens, the percentage of my clients that were US citizens was about 25%, and now it's 33%. So it's increasing because the political situation there is getting really complicated for some people. Well, especially for minorities, but other people too are just like kind of getting tired of it, and they say it openly. They say it really straightforward to me.
Emigrating isn't an option for everyone. The Hamiltons know that too. Many people in the U.S. are constrained by financial limitations and other barriers. So they know the freedom to make their dreams come true by moving abroad isn't possible for others. But the Hamiltons believe they made the right decision for them.
Whether it's the beauty, the safety we feel, the food we eat, the museums that we walk to and explore, there's so many things that affirm the decision for us. And that's not to say I don't miss my family and friends, because I certainly do. But a lot of damage has been done. A lot of division has been fueled, and it's not a place that I can see fixing itself and righting itself quickly, right? So I think it's possible. As a student and teacher of history.
I don't know. Obviously, they have the privilege of being able to do that. I think the U.S. has been this way for quite a long time now. Look, when Obama got in, and it's been bubbling under the surface, galvanizing. So it's, I don't know.
I believe, what is it, Nelson Mandela said, it seems impossible until it's done.
Susie and Chaz Hamilton haven't given up on the United States. Even though they cannot envision returning to their homeland, they're hoping for a more equitable future.
All right, interesting little segment. Not super, it didn't cast a wide net over people. We only met basically the one couple that moved. But it's pretty crazy that it's that volatile there. I don't know. It's crazy, man. Yeah. All right. Juice.